Yo, what's up everyone? It's Jay here. I'm back with another video, and I think this is going to mark day one of my uploading journey. So yesterday I figured out when I went to upload the day zero, the importance of starting video. Check that out, by the way. When I went to go upload it, I realized that YouTube automatically puts your videos under the category of shorts if it's less than 3 minutes long. So said, I'm gonna go in depth today and I'm gonna talk about something, and we're gonna try to talk for at least 4 minutes. Maybe it'll go on to 8 minutes. So today what I want to talk about is the importance of having a goal for your life. Yesterday I talked about how it was important to just show up, but show up for what? You need to have a goal for why you're showing up. You need to have a plan. If you don't have a plan for your life, then essentially you're wasting time. All time needs to be intentional. That's why you talk about, having a schedule, having a calendar, just having some metric to track where your hours and where your days are going. For me personally, I know what I want to do. I have a plan for my life. And every single day that I wake up, my entire goal is to get closer to that vision that I have. Now, I don't have to go into depth about what I want to do. Perhaps you guys will see that later on down the line. But what's important for you, or to whoever's watching this, you need to have a goal for yourself. You need to understand why you're doing what you're doing. You need to understand where you want to go, why you want to be there, and most importantly, how you're going to get there. That's the only way to make true progress. And it also prevents this cycle of, how do I explain it? Like, you're making progress, but you're not making progress. If you don't have a goal or a vision for your life, how do you know that your progress is actually important? How do you know that it's minuscule? The only way for you to actually be fulfilled in life is to achieve what you want to achieve. I figured out what I wanted to do by having a moment of silence. And that's underemphasized, especially in our society. We're around a lot of social media. Everyone's always talking about something, but we don't talk about the importance of silence. When I sat down in silence, I took a day to just sit by myself, and I had a notebook open, and I just wrote down my goals and my visions. And that's where 80% of my drive came from. When I knew where I wanted to be, who I wanted to be, everything became crystal clear. I like to imagine life as imagine it as a chaotic place. Just imagine a place that's chaotic. And then think about a laser. Imagine a laser or a path cutting through all of that chaos and giving you clarity about where you need to go. That's essentially what happened to me when I sat down and thought about where I wanted to be in life. And since then, every single day that I've been awake, every single hour, I've felt extreme amounts of intention. I never go to bed thinking about how I was lazy or how I wasted time, because I know that I got closer to my goal. And not only that, I have systems to make sure that I'm actually improving. Right now, I have a calendar, and every single day, I cross that calendar off. I know that I'm getting closer to my goals. Now, there was a book that I read. What was it called? It was called Atomic Habits. And in that book, the author talked about how we don't rise to our goals. We fall to the level of our systems. So essentially what that means is that if you have a system that's terrible, but you're ambitious, you're not going to go anywhere, right? You need to have a system in place that matches your goal. So if your goal is to get in shape, you're not going to rise to that desire. You're going to fall to the level of training that you do. That's the only way it works. That's the only logical way that it works. So my challenge for each of you guys watching is to get a notebook, pen, paper, maybe a calendar if you have one, or some sort of system to track where your days are going. Every single hour that you're awake, you need to know how you're spending that time. Also, you need to have a goal for your life. It doesn't have to be a grand vision, but start simple. Where do you want to be in 5 years? So right now, it's 2026. So 2026, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31, 31, 2031. Where do you want to be at? Do you still want to be in the same place? Do you want to be in the same environment? Or do you see yourself in a different place, a different environment? For me personally, I know where I want to be. I know that I want a nice place. I know that I want independence, power. So what am I going to do to get there, right? I have the vision, now I need the system. And I'm telling you, once you do these things, you'll understand what I'm talking about. You'll be like, oh, that's what he meant. Oh, that's what he meant. That's what he meant by the clarity that he gained from all of this. And once you do it, you'll notice that you no longer waste time. Everything becomes intentional. Whether you're going to the gym, whether you're going to work, you're not wasting a single moment because you understand how precious time is. So, keywords from this video. Number 1, figure out your vision. What do you want to do with your life? Number 2, get a system. This could be a calendar, it could be a tracker, it can even be reminders on your phone. But make sure that once you have your vision, you're executing to meet those goals and that vision. Number 2, give yourself grace. You don't have to track your time you don't have to overmanage yourself, but you do need to be intentional. So follow that instruction and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.